I am God Jr., the Gamma Indigo Child. Today's lesson, I'm going to teach you about the 144,000 and the 7 seals. So I'm going to take you to, I told you I was going to give y'all a couple of verses that can explain some things to you. So I'm going to start off with Revelations 4, 6, 8, 6 through 8. They're talking about the 4 living beings. The 4 living beings are seen in John's vision. These appear as a lion, an ox, a man, an eagle, much as in Ezekiel, but in a different order. They have 6 wings, whereas Ezekiel 4 living creatures are described as only having 4. So in this, they talking about, I have in my post about the cross quarter days, I explain what the what the ox and all that. I brief it for you real fast, and I'll make another post about it that's explaining only those 4 creatures. But just to brief it, the lion is Leo, the ox is Taurus, the man is Aquarius, which what we in right now, and the eagle or the scorpion or the dragon or snake, whatever they it was all different names for this particular one. These are the fixed signs of the zodiac, of the Mazarop, or you know what I'm saying. Like I say, no matter what words you put to it, this is still in the sky, and it does what it does. But in order to understand what the 144,000 is, you got to understand that they're not just people. So we got to stop making God out to be this murderer that's going to like only save 144,000 of his kids and forget the rest. You got to start understanding who we talking about. We're not talking about some crazy daddy or some crazy authority figure or some crazy demon. Because if you think about it, that's some demonic stuff right there. If you believe, out of all of us, let's say right now we take all the people on earth, how many people that is, and I know it's like in the millions, 100 millions or billions. So out of billions of people, right, only 144,000 gonna be saved is what they tell us. I'm just glad that I understand higher interpretations of this book, because this book is a masterpiece and it's telling everything that you need to know about this planet and about you, about your brain, about your body, about the universe. So try to understand what I'm going to teach you, because 144,000 is actually a vibration. You got to reach 144,000 vibration to be able to access what they call the Jew. And like they say, you'll be able to see God face to face if you're able to do it. You know? And and what they don't tell you about the 7 seals. The 7 seals are actually the chakras, or like I say, I don't like to use chakra because people get so crazy about it, and they start not listening to what's being said because they're upset about a word that they don't like. So I'm gonna use energy centers, because these main energy centers is hooked up to the main parts of your body. And you got to understand, it's a center that controls a certain body part or a certain area of body parts. And that's what these energy centers are. And then, because like the word chakra, since people don't like it, I'm going to give you a definition of it. Chakras is a Sanskrit word that means wheel or cycle. You know, there are 7 main chakras along the spine. From the base of your spine to the crown of your head, there's energy centers. And they control body parts. You know, you got your brain, you got your throat, you know, your heart, your gut, your sexuals, you know, all that. And that's kind of what Jacob Ladder is talking about. Also, the 33 ventricles of the spine, you know what I'm saying? You know, the ladder was 33 steps, you know. And if you know Hebrew, Jacob in Hebrew means heel catcher, which is basically that man in the sky, that Adam Kadmon dude in the sky. The heel catcher it's like this circle, right? I just explained to you that it means wheel or circle, or cycle. So this wheel is the Maserati, the energies that come down. So just like the 4 living creatures are the 4 fixed signs of the Maserati. And they're the seasons of the cosmos. Unlike Earth, we have the cardinal signs for our seasons. And you know those. You have Aries, Cancers, Libra, and Capricorn. So Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Those are the seasons of Earth. The spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter. And they also, the 4 signs up there in the cosmos, that's the wheel in between the wheel. So back to the teaching. We understand that Jacob in Hebrew means heel catcher. It's the man that's bent over backwards, what you see right now, and his head is at his toes. So, and I'm gonna teach y'all about the 12 tribes of Israel, because the 12 tribes of Israel is dealing with your brain and the nerves that come from these 12 things in your brain hook up to the 12 main parts of your body for your operation of this flesh suit, this what we call human. So I'm gonna get to the how the 144,000 vibration is able to be reached. You know how you could do it. But you got to remember, I'm gonna teach you about the left and the right brain and what they really mean too, because they do 2 different things. They're the total opposite of each other, but they're the same. You know what I'm saying? You got to have, you know, like mother and a father. It's only 2 things in the universe. It's either it's a masculine thing or it's a feminine thing, and that's all you're gonna ever find in anything, because the mother and the father is one, and it's always a feminine energy present and a masculine energy present in everything. It's only 2. So to get to this vibrations, so okay, if you look at these energy centers, these 7 seals, so that is the top where it hooks into what heaven. You could be able to see heaven from that when you reach that height. You know what I'm saying? And the seal within the forehead, if you notice, underneath that is the seal which is the third eye, or what is really the original, the first eye, the single eye, so that's the seal on the forehead. And the crown chakra is the halo, the seal of both of them, the halo and the first eye. So yeah, let's get to so we're gonna do some little math for a minute. So I'm gonna get you to understand how this works. So we're gonna start from the bottom and go up, since this is where we're at the bottom, trying to raise back up to that vibration where we could see God from, you know what I'm saying? But just because you could reach to the crown chakra and see God don't mean that you're able to go back all the way home, because this is one living library and one class, and this is what we're here for, to learn how to get back to the one, to God, or whatever name you want to use, God, the Most High. I like to use all that is, because that's all that is this, and we just a part of all that is, because, So, starting from the bottom is the root chakra. I'll teach you about where it's located and all that later, but for right now, I'm just going to get you to understand what it all means. The root has 4 petals. As you can see, it has 4 petals. The sacrum has 6 petals. And then you got the solar plexus, and it has 10 petals. And if you add those 3 up, they only equal 20, right? And those 20 is what control your 5 senses. So when you only could think with your 5 senses, or let me rephrase that. This is what makes people only, you got to conquer this to be able to use more than your 5 senses, or you'll just use your smell, taste, touch to define everything. But then when you get to the next chakra, which is the heart chakra, it is 12 petals. And that's when you rise above the 3D mind, and you enter in like the 4th dimension where love starts, you know what I'm saying? Because this is where the love begins, in the 4th chakra, if you're able to activate that. But if you understand, you got a left and a right brain, so you might end up going to your negative side, which is your left brain, or you might pull too much to your right and overindulge in your right brain, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have this balance, which is the seal that's up the back, you know what I'm saying? So the seal at the back. So if you notice that 20 is the 3D, and then you reach to that 12. So now at this point, you'll be to the next one, which is the throat chakra, which is 16. Now, with these 16, now these you add these 5 up, and they equal 48, right? See that? So they 48, this is a vibration of 48, right? But then the third eye, or the first eye, is represented by 96 and only has 2 petals, because it is 2 times as powerful as the 5 lower chakras. You feel me? Because this is your body. The 5 bottom chakras is your body, and the upper 2 is your head, which is Aries and Taurus. You know what I'm saying? You'll get me. Aries. I'll explain all that in another one. So, like I said, the third eye is 2 times as powerful as the bottom 5. You know what I'm saying? So if you take the bottom 5 and add those up, you get, that's 48, right? So just 2 times 48, or 48 times 2 equals 96. So we're going to keep it going. So now that we came up with, now once we activate that third eye, or that single eye, we're vibrating at a 96, right? But it gets even deeper than that, because then you got to activate, once you activate your crown chakra, the crown chakra is said to be 1,000 times more powerful than the lower 6 chakras. So when you add the lower 6, you got 96 plus 48. That equals 144, right? So the bottom 6 altogether equal 144. We know the bottom 3 is 20. That's when you're 3-dimensional and still using your senses to judge everything and come up with your answers. And then you're moving into the, the heart chakra, and then to the throat, and then we know that's the body, and the body itself has a 48, and then we know that the third eye is twice as more powerful than the bottom 5, which is the body, because now you're in your head, and that's 96. And like we just said, 96 plus 48 equals 144. And since the crown chakra is 1,000 times more powerful, you would be 1,000 times more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Than someone that just got their third eye activated. So 140, or let's say 1,000 times 144 equals 144,000, which is the true Jew. And anybody on this planet that could raise their vibration up to this height will be one of the chosen ones, because then you will be able to see God, and you will be walking around on this planet like the rest of us that could reach that high. So, but just because you can reach that high, I mean, you can stay that, like, there's nothing that's, set in stone. You could be up there 1 minute and fall. You could, depending on who you is and how strong you are. Just like if you take it as like in muscles. If you take it as muscles, it's like, how strong are you? Can you keep it up? Or will you fall back to the bottom 3 chakras and start judging everything with your 5 senses? Till next time, love to all, and then to all, spread the light.